I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Jan Fennell is an amazing woman coming all the way from England to Hamilton, Montana, to this wonderful community that supports their nonprofits and cares so deeply. Thank you. I'm so proud to be able to introduce Ms. Jan Fennell.
I can't tell you what a joy it is to be here with people from Montana, my favourite state. And if you think I'm not telling the truth, you better believe it. Okay, so before we start, I'm going to check I've got my right audience here. How many people here have got a dog? Now, how many of you people love your dog? We're going to find out just how much. Because there's many things that are exactly the same the world over. And one of them is that dogs bring to our lives the most amazing relationship you could ever dream of. They're the most forgiving animal. How many times you got it wrong when they go, okay, I forgive you again, and again, and again. I'm not so forgiving, I promise you. Like, get out of here, you've done it wrong twice, no more. You know. How many people here are hearing about me for the first time? They've heard of the dog list and they're kind of going, yeah, okay. You know, how many people are new to this? What I do? Oh, fantastic. Okay, now comes the big question. If somebody tells you there is a way of working with a dog, you can do it in your own home. There's no, don't try this at home, you might die. None of that. This is, do this at home, and you'll create harmony. If somebody tells you that there is not one behavioural problem that's not medical, okay, so we're not vets. There are a few medical problems like being in the house. It could be infection, you know, so let's clear that up first. But general, what we call everyday behavioural problems. How many people are kind of sceptical that there is one method that will kindly deal with every problem? Good on you. I am so proud of people when they are sceptical. And this is why. No, I mean it. For far too long, some guy or some gal said to you, jerk that dog. And you've gone, okay, because you see something. You're the expert. And now when you can say, put this collar on, you can electrocute them. Hey, we're training a dog. And you go, okay, I'll put this collar inside. Get skeptical. This is abuse. This is cruelty. Would you like it done to you? I don't think so. So if you don't want it done to you, you can't do it to the dog. How many of you here have done obedience classes? They're pretty neat, mate. Peel, come, sit, stay. Not too good today, not too bad. The dogs are going, how's yours been? Not too bad. But once we get out of here, we'll show them. And at the end of the evening, you still go, bye, yeah, see you next week. Let's have that happen. And then they're trying to tell you it works. No, it don't. And then we come to an area that's so close to my heart, the rescue dog. Now, in England, I've heard this in the States, Australia, New Zealand, all over. When people talk about having a rescue dog, they have a very specific way of saying it. And what they do is they go, you know, it's almost like forgive it because it's not as good as a pet. It's kind of inferior. But people do say that. But I've got news for you. There's nothing wrong with that dog. That dog has just been let down by humans somewhere along the line. Yes. And when you take on a dog from you, and you give it the life it deserves, you will get a payback like you will not believe. Oh yeah, a dog you bring up from a pup that's always been with you, and you've kind of been good to it and everything, is lovely. It's a joy. But when you take a dog that's had a hard time, and you work with that dog and you turn it around, oh boy, then you have a powerful life. So, my passion has become, in fact, we've just started dog listeners worldwide, because I don't know if some of you know, but we have dog listeners from Iceland to Christchurch, New Zealand. And they're spreading out there, and we're training people all the time to go out there and help folks with their dogs. But it's not just for dogs with problems. That's the other thing I'm going to stress to you. If you think, I've got a good relationship with my dog, this will make it better. And that's the joy of this. And you can do it. But what I've got to get you guys to do is to want to do it. Because we don't go in full force. This is what happens when you force another being. And it doesn't matter what it is. Human, dog, horse, cat, bird, elephant. Oh yeah, I can move a 3-ton elephant. I've done that. I've got it to want to. Believe me, it's better than trying to push. You've been pushing all day and she's standing there like, no. I can get a 3-ton elephant to want to move. And so, when you enforce your will, which is traditional dog training, do it or I'll hurt you. Do it or because I say so. You can only get 1 or 3 reactions. Your first reaction you're going to get is, oh, okay, anything for a quiet life in you. The second reaction, don't hurt me, I'll do it. The third reaction is, oh yeah, you want to take me on? Come on. And when a dog does that, we kill it. So we say we euthanize it. No, we kill it, because it's there to have the audacity to stand up to the bully. Well, when the French did that in the 40s, we went, good on you. You stood up to the bullies. When bullies get out there, and bullies like you to become a bully, even if you don't want to be. And that's what traditional dog training is, and still is. You watch people pin that guy down. Has anybody seen that? Pin him down. Marvelous, they never pin down big ones. Have you noticed that? It's always the little guys and chihuahuas. I don't pin them down. Now get yourself a German Shepherd. Oh no, it doesn't need pin down. Oh yeah. If you do it with one dog, you've got to be able to do it with all of them. And that's brutality. Don't let's go there. Don't let's go there. And I can prove all that, so don't worry. So I was faced with a dilemma. Okay, heel, come, sit, stay stuff. The dog kind of went, yeah, I can do it, yeah. But he didn't really want to. And then another thing that people do, has anybody got here a breed that cannot be trained? That's a good one. That's laying the dog. Is anybody too old? Yeah, you have an expression in England, can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah, well the old dogs have got to learn the tricks, guys, and you, the dogs already know this. We don't actually train dogs. Why do you think we didn't say bring your dogs tonight? Because the dogs are here to sit again, she's talking about our language, we know that. And the humans will find all sorts of excuses for why what they do doesn't work. And that's easy. Especially when you're dealing with a dog who, let's face it, is a dumb dog. Or is it? Oh, it is not dumb at all. They are talking to you. They are signaling to you. I mean, you can read them like a book. But make sure you've got the pages right. Okay. So, thoroughly unhappy with all of this. Then I saw the behaviours come along with their theories on why dogs do what they do, and I'm going, yeah, so what are we going to do about it? And then in came the gadgets, the prong collars. Somebody actually tried to convince me, quite an interesting conversation, why a prong collar was in preference to a choke chain. And she did a thesis on this. She did her entire thesis on the two. And she said, what do you think? I said, chuck them both. Both are abuse. Out. I use choke chains on my dog. You know, is it me or well, I was brought up to believe that a dog is man's best friend and gals. So can you imagine this situation? You have your human best friend coming around for coffee. Do you say to them, come on in, sit in that chair? They go, how often have you do it? I done it. But you do it said you've got to show that dog, you've got to dominate that dog. Well, what I want you to think about is even the words you use. Before we go on to words, because words of dog, hey, you know you use the words to the dog. You see them, they're going, nah, don't get you. Oh, here we go, here come the words, I'm doing my best. Oh, no, please. And you just keep letting those words come, and the dog's really trying to understand. And he can't, bless him. So, when I was so desperately unhappy with the heel come 6 days, and the amount of dogs that are killed, and I do mean killed, I thought, well, there's got to be something better. There's got to be a way that doesn't do all this. There's got to be something.